Dome along with Matt Barnes. I'm Stan Verrett. Matt, sometimes shots aren't falling. You get into a grinded-out game. You get to the fourth quarter. You tell your closer, take us home. Man. And that's what the Clippers did tonight with Kawhi Leonard, 45, including 20 in that final frame.
Stan, I told you I was taking the over tonight, but I played him short. I said about 35 or 40. He went for 45. Absolutely incredible 20-point outburst in that fourth quarter, doing it on both ends of the ball, but he was in a rhythm. But something I think that I appreciate that not everyone probably caught, I think James didn't play the fourth quarter, did he?
Don't remember seeing him on the floor.
I think he rested. Right. He only played 29 minutes tonight, which is good for him.
Yep.
He still had his 20 points and 7 assists. So Kawhi show allowed James to get some rest tonight.
Yep. And Kobe Sanders and Yanic, Konan, Niederhauser got some important minutes.
Big 6 offensive rebounds. You know, those extra possessions for a team that's scoring at such a high clip right now are always huge. So his energy and effort. Obviously, Brooke had a tough shooting night, so Ty decided to go with the young fella, and he paid off.
But again, new year, same heater for Kawhi Leonard.
Man.
Jamie Maggio spoke with him just a minute ago.
Kawhi, congratulations on the 6 straight wins. You had 45 in the game, 20 in the fourth quarter. How did you find that gear late in the game and get the win for your team?
Just kept being aggressive. Teammates wanted me to keep shooting. Stayed aggressive, found a way to get my shot up, and it fell for me. The 3-ball fell.
Yeah, they want you to keep shooting. This is the highest scoring stretch of your career, these last 6 games. How do you describe this? Because after you had 55 the other night, Harden said he was overjoyed for you because he sees how hard you work on your body and your physical health behind the scenes. So for you on a personal level, Kawhi, to be doing what you're doing right now, how rewarding is it for you?
It's very rewarding. When you put in the work, it don't always show up the next day or in a month. It might come in 2 years. So you just got to keep at it every day and have faith and, trust God and yourself, and everything would unfold for you.
6 straight now for you guys. What impresses you most about what the team has done in this stretch?
Tonight, just keep fighting through. We was up 15, 20 points early. They fought back, got a lead, and we just kept fighting, ended up closing it out with a 17-point lead and win the game.
All right, Kawhi, keep it going.
Career high.
Thank you.
All right, guys.
Matt, you said earlier that he's playing as well as anybody in the NBA right now. Let's take a look at what he did tonight. I mean, he's unguardable right now.
Absolutely. He's just he's in a zone right now, strong, getting to his spots in the mid-range, shooting. We're having our stat people check 16 3-point attempts. You know, Tyronn Lue talked about him and James particularly shooting more threes. Yep. We got 16 of them bad boys up tonight, connected on 6 of them, but he was just in a rhythm. Again, got to his spots. He makes it look so easy. It's incredible.
Not that they were falling, but the Clippers took 51 threes. I can't remember the last time the Clippers took 51 threes in a game.
I mean, I guess that's the new NBA. And I mean, when your coach is saying, hey, I want you to take more shots, I know players are just lighting up listening to Coach Lue take more shots. It makes me want to get out there and take a couple threes.
Again, Utah, without a lot of their regulars, Lauri Markkanen didn't play, Keontae George didn't play, Walker Kessler's out for the season for them, so they didn't have a lot of their main guys. The Clippers looked like they were going to blow them out early. They went up by as many as 21 in the first quarter, but then Utah scrapped back. Tight game going into the fourth, and then the Clippers followed their veteran leadership and put it away, particularly Kawhi.
It's funny. I was thinking in the third quarter, what are we going to talk about postgame? I didn't think Clipper fans probably didn't think it was going to be this tight of a game, and then it ended up not being. But again, a lot of guys chipped in outside of, Kawhi being able to have 45 tonight, but the bench, Derek Jones had 10, Batum had 14, who else had double, Kobe Sanders does a double figure. So it was a great effort, all around, not only with, Kawhi and James, but also the bench kicking in.
Yep. 5 players in double figures for the Clippers. Add it all up, it's 118-101, 6 straight wins now, including 3 in a row on this homestand. Let's listen in to Tyronn Lue and his postgame comments right now.
Ty, I guess you guys took 51 threes, second most ever in franchise history. And I know you talked about earlier before the game that you want to take more threes. Did you want to take that many threes in a game?
I mean, if they're good shots, the good shots, you got to take those shots. That's the way the game has been played nowadays. And so I thought we got a lot of good looks we didn't make, and that allowed them to get back in the game. They got out in transition. We couldn't get back and get set. But I got to go back and look at it and just kind of see how many was really good, really good shots. But then, of course, Kawhi came through tonight and bailed us out again.
What can you say about Yanic? I know you went with him down the stretch, basically the entire fourth. What can you say about his hustle and his effort?
Just a lot. Young guys, him and Kobe Sanders, being rookies and having an opportunity to play and making an impact, and for Yanic to have 10, 11 rebounds. I thought he had a couple block shots, 6 offensive rebounds. Just playing hard and just, great energy.
Ty, 16 of those three-point attempts came from Kawhi. I believe it's just about the 5th time in his career that he's had 29 field goal attempts in a regular season game. He's been talking about how this is the first time in his career he's been on a team that's needed him to get up this many attempts a game. I guess my question is, why did it take this long into his Clippers tenure for you guys to feel like, I know you guys have had more talent, I guess you could say, in previous years, but is this a strategy that was just kind of hiding in plain sight?
No, I mean, we've always had shooting around these guys, and, Kawhi's a special, great mid-range shooter. Like, that's his game. And so he always took the catch and shoot threes, but now I think taking the threes out the dribble is what he's implemented over the last year. So just, taking more shots on the pocket threes. And he's been knocking them down. It's something he's been working on. So we do need those shots.
So you think a lot of this actually has to do with his development as opposed to where you guys are at roster-wise?
Yes, sir.
Coach, Utah had 58 points in the paint. More than half of their points came in the paint. What would you say they were doing that was loud? I mean, let me rephrase that. Did you like your point of attack defense tonight?
I got to go back and watch it. I didn't like, when they got back in the game, how they were attacking us, in that second quarter, back cuts, offensive rebounds, getting to the basket. And we didn't do a good job with that. And so I think they found confidence. And like I said, Collier, he's fast, he's explosive, he's strong. And, he creates a lot of havoc once he's getting downhill. So guys have to help. Now you're getting back out to three-point shooters. Now they're driving the closeouts. Now back cuts coming, and so I got to go back and watch it, but like I told you, Coach Hardy's a hell of a coach. They're going to play hard. They're going to play the right way. And, it was a tough game for us.
Ty, I know you guys didn't need a big offensive night from John today, but what's kind of clicked for him with that starting unit over the last stretch here?
Nothing, just his energy, and the ball finds energy. I think blocking shots, rebounding the basketball, running the floor. And then defensively, like the reason why we got out to that big lead was because of him defensively. I thought he had a couple good blocks, a couple good low mans where he created steals. And so, he's picking it up, as we go. And so he was really good tonight defensively. And I just think his energy has been really good.
So basic ass question. So I apologize for the simplicity of it, but, y'all have as many wins in the last 2 weeks as y'all had like the first 2 months of this season. Like, how do you tell your team about what they've accomplished, in terms of, having this kind of success in that short amount of time?
Yeah, I think like we talked about before the game, just having humility, continue to keep working hard, pay attention to detail, executing, and then just being unselfish, sharing the basketball. And so, I think, allowing our other guys to make plays and be aggressive offensively. The ball's going to find Kawhi and James. It's going to get back to them, eventually. And, just those 4 things, and just, I give those guys credit for just coming in and continue to work when, our back was against the wall. And, and so when you keep working hard, you keep coming to work, every single day, you'll get the results eventually. And that's what we've been able to do.
Just a quick follow-up. Y'all lost a 21-point lead tonight, and then y'all built it back up. Like, how were you feeling in game when that lead disappeared, and how do you feel about the fact that...
I didn't feel good. I thought I got to go back and watch it, I know we missed a lot of threes, a lot of open threes, but I think, once we started missing shots, we let it affect our defense. We wasn't into the basketball. We wasn't physical. We got back cut, like I said, a bunch of times, offensive rebounds, and so I think, tonight, after we got out to that great lead, once they started coming back, we missed shots, and we allowed it to affect our defense.
Ty, the other day when you guys faced the Kings, I remember in response to a question, you said, well, we're not that great of a team right now either. We're working our way towards it. How do you get towards being a good team right now? Is it because the record's going to take time to improve, obviously, but what do you need to see to be?
Keep putting the work in. Keep putting the work in. Keep coming to work every day. Guys being excited about getting better, and I give those guys credit. Like I said, they just come in, we stayed with it. Defensively, we gotten better. Offensively, we understand how we want to play and who we want to play through, which has been really good. But just staying with it, taking day by day, keep stacking days. And I give everybody in the locker room a lot of credit for just staying with it, and our coaching staff for just being positive and continue to show these guys film, continue to work with these guys. And, we're starting to get the results that we want.
Tyronn Lue, after the Clippers with a 36-point fourth quarter, put the Jazz away. Kobe Sanders was a part of that. We'll take a look at his night when Clippers Live postgame rolls on. Back here at Intuit Dome, it's the Clippers 118-101 over the Jazz. And earlier this season, Matt, Tyronn Lue was trying to figure out which players he could trust among his young guys on the perimeter. Cam Christie, Jordan Miller, Kobe Brown, Kobe Sanders. And Kobe Sanders is a guy who has emerged that he trusts with the minutes. Why do you think that is?
He's produced.
Yep.
And a lot of times I think young people, maybe even fans, think they got to score a bunch of points. I think points are just a bonus. Being able to score is a bonus, but it's the little things. It's the hustle plays. It's the extra effort. It's taking charges, especially we talked early before the game. This is an older team. So when young guys get a chance to come in there, their energy alone can affect the game. And I just think he's done a great job of, staying ready, being ready, and then taking advantage of the opportunity.
In addition to the youth, they also need ball handling, and he provides that.
Yep, absolutely. Giving James a break. James had such a heavy load, early on in this season. He was able to, give him a little break, be able to make plays for others, but also score for himself, and then active on defense.
Yep, and keeping him fresh, keeping James fresh.
Very
important. For a long season.
Yeah, there's still a lot of basketball to be played.
Yep. 6 in a row, though, for the Clippers now, including the first 3 on this homestand with a couple more to go. Coming up this weekend and next week. Nick Batum, a part of the story tonight, too, knocking down threes. More on that coming up. Here at Intuit Dome. And Matt, Nick Batum, a part of the story, too, doing what the Clippers asked him to do, and that's spot up for those corner threes.
You're 18. I remember he used to be a real problem when he was younger. A lot of these younger fans may not remember him, but yeah, it's such a quick trigger. When he catches, it's gone. Similar to how Klay Thompson, just you catch it, zero room, zero time to get it up. And he's always just been a consummate pro, doing whatever's asked, defense assignments, stealing, chase down blocks. His high basketball IQ really helps this team. So a big night for him off the bench tonight.
And on a night when threes weren't falling for the Clippers, again, they took 51, second most in franchise history. Only hit 16, but Batum hit 4 of those in his 6 attempts. I mean, what does it take to be disciplined enough to say, look, this is my role. I'm not going to try to do things that they're not asking me to do. I'm going to do what they ask me to do and do it well.
Well, I mean, when you're that old, you really can't do a ton. No, I'm playing. No, again, this guy's always been a pro. Probably one of Ty Lue's favorite guys. He goes out there and does what's asked of him every night, and you can't ask for anything more from your veteran players.
I mean, it's just been an amazing turnaround. We heard the discussion in Ty Lue's post-game news conference that they won 6 games in their first 27 and now 6 in a row. I mean, it's just really strange in a good way in what's happening. What do you point to here?
I think you just, as a coach, you look for carryover. It starts in the film room, carries over to practice, and then you carry over to the games. And it just wasn't carrying over early in the season. The message wasn't getting through. And again, as I said earlier, it just take an older team a little bit longer to get themselves going. But you're just starting to see carryover, starting to see good habits continue to build game after game, practice after practice, film session after film session. And Ty Lue said, their want to get better, that these guys want to get better and continue to get better. And again, 50 games left in the season. They're playing the right kind of basketball right now. So look out for the Clippers to make a run.
Yep. Reaping the rewards now. Now, another good sign tonight, the threes weren't falling for the Clippers, but they defended the 3-point line against the Jazz as well. Utah just 6 for 27 from 3. And they got the Celtics coming in here Saturday, and we know the threes are going to go up against Boston.
Yeah, got to be ready. Got to be ready. I mean, this is how you continue to stay on the right track. It doesn't matter who's up next. Same discipline, same attention to detail. Same carryover, learning from the film, learning from their practice they'll have tomorrow and be ready to go because Jaylen Brown's hitting on all cylinders.
Yeah, if there's a guy nearly as hot as Kawhi Leonard right now, it's Jaylen Brown for the Celtics. So that's going to be a big challenge for them in dealing with what looked like it might be a redshirt year or a leap year for Boston.
Right.
With Jason Tatum out, and all of a sudden the Celtics are contenders again in the East.
Surprised a lot of people. Jaylen Brown and his hairline have been having a great year.
He's been leaving some of it on other players, though, a little bit. Some of the painted stuff. All right, the Clippers 118-101 tonight over the Jazz. The win streak is at 6 in a row. 3 in a row on this homestand. And again, it continues Saturday against the Celtics here at Intuit Dome. Kawhi Leonard, another spectacular night. 45, including 20 in the fourth quarter. And the Clippers ride their defense, particularly on the arc, to another win. 118-101, the final. Once again, Clippers over the Jazz. For Matt Barnes and our entire Clippers Live crew, Stan Verrett saying good night from Inglewood.